Hello everyone, it's Queen V and I'm back to you with another video. This video pertains to the Ziyah Harris case. There is an update into the proceedings. Before I get into the new developments, I would like to send my continued condolences to the Harris family and the community members and friends of Ziyah Harris as you guys continue the grieving process of this teenager. As previously reported, Ziyah Harris was reported missing earlier this year. Prosecutors have finally placed Ziyah Harris's aunt's boyfriend, Jarvis Butts, who is accused of not only unaliving Ziyah Harris, but her unborn child, who is reportedly Jarvis's Butts' child. In addition to, prosecutors have charged Butts with 2 other cases as it pertains to one victim being his child, while the other victim is a former partner's child. It should be noted that Butts also has an outstanding weapons charges. Jarvis Butts' criminal record began in 2004. According to prosecutors, Butts is a serial child, R-word, and an absolute danger to society. As previously reported, Butts is being charged with first-degree premeditated homicide, second-degree criminal SA conduct, and abusive material of a minor. Butts was back in court on November 1st, 2024, as witness testimony began. Records show that Butts had an inappropriate relationship with the minor. Reports stated that last year, Butts found out that Ziyah Harris was pregnant, and earlier this year, she went missing after meeting up with Butts. In the courtroom, Cordell Wright, who is Butts' friend and business partner, was the first to take the witness stand. Wright stated he and Butts owned an auto shop in Detroit together. On January 9th, Wright claims Ziyah Harris visited Butts at the shop, which she has done several times before with Butts' daughter. Wright further stated he never witnessed any inappropriate behavior between the two when she would visit. It wasn't until a few weeks later, when Wright was questioned by officers, that he found out that Ziyah Harris was missing. In addition, the 2 other SA cases that are unrelated to Ziyah Harris case was also held on November 1st, where the 2 victims previously mentioned spoke of how Butt's actions impacted them. The report also stated that one of Ziyah Harris's cousin, Roxy, stated that she is still processing what she heard in the courtroom. It takes a lot to take in. This is the beginning process of it. And we are looking to get justice for Ziyah in the end. But justice for every other victim he's done this to. Now you will watch this brief news clip and I will be back with my commentary.
This story tonight, Sean.
And we all have hoped to learn more about what happened to 13-year-old Ziyah Harris. We're going to have to wait. Only one witness was called in that exam, but there were two other exams as well. One witness today, and then in January, 21 more. So maybe we'll get more answers on what happened to this girl.
Absolutely. I think that's when we'll start digging into the meat and potatoes of it all, if you will.
Family members inside today's hearing reacting to how difficult it was to listen to three different cases, three different victims, all with Jarvis Butts as the defendant. Butts is accused of the sexual assault and murder of Ziyah Harris, the 13-year-old who went missing last January. In the hours leading up to the teen's disappearance, Butts' co-worker testifying today that Ziyah was with Butts at the auto shop they owned together.
Jarvis's niece, the one that was with you on the 9th, had you seen her since January 9th of 2024?
No.
Next, two additional criminal sexual assault cases today unrelated to Ziyah Harris. First, a 13-year-old testified how she says Butts abused her when she was 4. Then a 20-year-old testified who says Butts also sexually assaulted her when she was 8. Each girl showing courage, speaking strongly and clearly about what they say happened. They both were very brave, clear.
Yeah, they were very brave. I commend both of them.
Now, getting back to that Ziyah Harris exam with just one witness on the stand today, like we said, 21 more witnesses, including a lot of police investigators, will be taking the stand. That exam, however, Kimberly, will resume in early January. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4.
Again, I cannot begin to imagine what this baby was going through during this horrible, horrific time in her life. The adults around Ziyah Harris failed her. This includes her grandmother and her auntie. Let me talk to the woman for a minute, because I think that we need to have an honest conversation. Jarvis Butts is a predator. He had no business being around this child, let alone his own kids. So why would the grandmother allow this person around her grandbaby? Why would this auntie who has children with this man, knowing that he's a P word, why would she allow him around her children and her niece? There's something wrong. And I believe that prosecutors need to do an open investigation on not only the grandmother, but the auntie as well. Adults in the room, let's be honest. When a child starts acting different, you have to get to the root of what is going on. There were persons around this baby who saw something that was wrong outside of the household and told CPS. Why didn't CPS act on those allegations? Again, this baby was not only failed within her own household, but she was failed by the system when allegations were brought up of something was not adding up. We live in a society where we treat black children as if they're grown people. This is a 13-year-old baby who was having a baby by her uncle, who is a P word, and her auntie and grandmother failed her. The adults that was in that house failed this baby and the other children involved. I truly believe that Jarvis Butts has more victims. He has more victims. This is not a one-off situation. This is a continuous action of harming people's children, grooming them, and this baby unfortunately lost her life. In addition to another life as well that she was about to bring into this world. So we're not only looking at the loss of Ziyah Harris, but also her unborn baby. We are in a state of an emergency in which our babies are being violated and the adults in the room are acting confused. This is not a game. This is not a drill. This is real life. Ziyah Harris was a victim, and the adults whom she trusted failed her. The system failed her when allegations were brought and nothing was being done. There also needs to be an investigation on the CPS personnel that were given these allegations and did not advocate for this baby. If you cannot handle this type of job, go to your supervisor and get this baby help. Instead, she was dealt with consequences due to the inactions of the adults around her. Once again, we have to treat missing persons cases as criminal cases, as every second, minute, hour, day is critical to the case. We must also be mindful of not spreading misinformation, disinformation, aka lying on these missing persons cases, as it does have an effect on the families that are waiting for answers. We cannot forget that a missing persons case is indeed a criminal case, and we have to start treating it as such, especially when a minor is involved. And we must stop disregarding missing black children as if they're grown adults, because they're not. They are babies still developing. And it's our responsibility as the adults, when we see something, say something. And even if the system does not act on behalf of that child or children in question, at least it is on the record that you did advocate for this child or children. I will leave in the description and comments below for organizations and hotlines as it pertains to missing persons and children alike. We cannot forget to protecting Black children. Say their names, known and unknown. Justice for Ziyah Harris. And as always, please be safe out here, and I will see you in the next video.